So I want to talk about how you penetrated the Malaysian market. You talk about localization, right?
Yeah.
You take the content from the regions
Yeah.
and then come into Malaysia and localize them. Is that the strategy in penetrating Malaysia, or what was your experience like?
Okay, so I think before we go into strategy specific
Right,
itself,
right.
right? I think Carousell, we always look at this thing called mission first, right? So our mission is actually to inspire every person in the world to start selling, because we believe things that are no longer useful to you will benefit another person. So for example, if you no longer use the iPad or
Right,
that MacBook, when you sell it on Carousell, you could benefit a little girl who just wants to go into the internet for the first time, right? So
Okay.
that was the mission first guiding principle that we have, and marketing strategy actually revolves around this
that, okay.
around the mission, right? So that is the first part before we go to strategy. And this year we recently we refreshed our brand because it's been 7 years already. So we added the buy element, because we always see things happening in Carousell as a win-win kind of relationship, right? Because like I said, if you don't play the guitar anymore, when you sell it to a teenager who probably want to use the guitar to write songs, right?
Yes.
So it's win-win, right? And so the mission has sort of expanded to we inspire Carousell, inspire every person in the world to start selling and buying, right, to make possible for one another. So it's about possibilities,
Right,
and with possibilities, we actually think of what kind of campaigns we want to be creating. So I'll give you an example of something very localized, right?
Okay.
Because we always engage with our community, so we have this campaign called like Make Space for Love.
Make space for love.
Okay, so it's a very funny campaign, right? So Make Space for Love is like, because we find that in our community, they tell us that they're selling a lot of their ex-item, the ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend item, because they don't want to see it anymore. So then, yeah, and hence we said, hey, yeah, let's make space for love, declutter, don't see your ex-boyfriend items anymore to move on. So they sell it on Carousell. And we have a whole campaign that revolves around that, and it resonates with a lot of people. So the campaign sort of went viral in
The
those
video,
community.
right? I saw the video,
the
right?
video. So we read videos, we actually have in-app campaigns, and also some working with various partners to actually amplify that. So it was very interesting, and it was I also believe some of the things was also guided by the kind of data that we have to say, okay, yeah, people actually putting description that this, some very weird is like selling X item. And we also have things that when we run surveys, right, with our users, they also tell us why they do use Carousell, and those were actually a lot of insights. So surveys, data, and also user interaction. Coupled with all these things, we are able to make a sound decision on how much we think of investing and analyzing from there.
Right. So you use every opportunity to take in data, to understand, to analyze them, to see what you can put out from them, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of things also start with some kind of hypothesis, right? So we think that something will work this way, right? So then we test it out with some stuff. Either you do a small test and some small in-app campaigns, or you do something like a survey internally, right? Just to validate certain things, right? And then later when you run the campaign, then you measure again. You say, okay, are these the hypothesis? Is it valid? Does it support what you believe?
I see.
Yeah, and that's how we keep improving. And the growth rate so far has been phenomenal in Malaysia. Yeah. So give you guys some sense of what we are dealing with. So in Malaysia alone, we have several millions of users, right? X number of millions, can't tell you, but several. On a daily basis, we have like few thousands of new users. So thousands of new users joining us, like signing up with us. So so every day without fail, and that's like the kind of volume that we're dealing with in Malaysia. Yeah. So it has been quite interesting.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So you spoke about campaigns, right? You run the Make Space or Love campaign. So typically, right, I think a lot of people want to understand if you would run something like that in their own companies, right? A campaign with videos, app advertisements, and how long would that take? Is that a 1 month campaign, or will you normally space it out to 2-3 months?
Also, you say from ideation to go. I think what's important, maybe before we go like campaign specific, right? We have to look at, take a step back. Again, we start with the guiding principle, mission, and then we look at the marketing calendar, right? Fixed, because marketing budget is definitely finite, right?
Right.
So you have the yearly calendar of what you want to be doing, right? Of course, you have your usual Christmas, Raya, and all this other stuff, right? So from there, you zoom in. Okay, yearly, cut it to bi-yearly, right? Half 6 months, and then you cut it to quarterly. So what is important for us is we look at quarterly. Right. What are the important stuff? Events or even Make Space for Love fit into the quarterly plan. We have the yearly one. We tried because things like Make Space for Love sometimes it just happen. We feel that we should do it next quarter, or we should be opportunistic about it, right? So the quarterly is where we think where we can slot it in, and we work from the ideation. So ideation could come. It could range like from 3 months to 6 months, or even as fast as a 2-3 weeks turnaround. For those kind of large video campaign. Because if you are super clear in your brief, right? I think things could just happen like in a matter of like 2-3 weeks. But that also means a lot of ad hoc stuff happening, right? Means you are saying, okay, the calendar is supposed to do this, and you are shifting things around. For a startup like us, and for the kind of volume that we're dealing with, we have to be like really fluid or swift or dynamic, you call it, to move around. And there's also reason why we do this, like I said, opportunistic versus scheduled, right? Right. So those things that are scheduled, depending whether it can be moved or not. So we will decide from there. Like Raya definitely cannot move. Right? Because that period is sort of fixed, right? But things like Make Space for Love, we can do it like during Valentine's Day, after Valentine's Day. Because then that story sort of like gels together, flows, right? Maybe probably people break up after Valentine's Day or stuff like that. I mean, not to be overly trendjack or opportunistic about this, but then there's a story we want to tell. So we feel that timeline actually fits in the story, then everything comes to play. So I don't have a like one size fits all answer for you, like it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks or stuff, but I feel that if you're clear in what you want to be doing, turnaround time could be very, very fast, because we don't shoot the video ourselves, right? We work with partners, agencies and stuff like that. So if we brief it correctly, I think it's fast.
I see.